Finally, we have you on the couch.
Yeah, man, on the couch.
Mr. Tevin Blignaut.
I like this idea, by the way.
You love it?
Whoever came up with it, well done. Well done, well done. It's comfortable. The pillows seem a bit high. You know? Seems like I'm in the middle, but I'm low.
Couch, they should probably
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but yeah.
get comfortable.
No, I'm cool. I like the setting, I think.
Okay, so Mr. Tevin,
Yeah.
speak to me. Who are you? What do you do?
Power. So my name is Tevin Blignaut. I'm a professional sports scientist, people. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, I'm in the sports space. I'm also a sports entrepreneur. I own a brand that's called Pro Arena Sports. Well, I'm the CEO of that brand. We're into athlete education, athlete empowerment, and entertainment. Those are the things that we specialize in. So yeah, that's pretty much it, right? I answered your question there. Yeah.
So give me a bit more light about Pro Arena Sports itself.
Okay.
What is that you guys do, where you deal with, who
Okay.
you deal with?
Okay. So I think that's a good question. So Pro Arena Sports, it's called PAS. We specialize in, so the idea behind PAS, right, is to eventually branch out into many different sports, trying to recreate it, giving it a new identity. You know, sports is supposed to be cool. And I just feel like there's a gap in the market because I don't feel that it's presented well in our country and also across the continent. So with PAS, we're trying to bring that whole flavor, that young vibe. We're trying to show everyone in the sports space that presentation actually matters. And this goes beyond just us creating the show element of it. It also goes towards the athletes and the coaches, teaching them like, dude, this is how you can actually be earning money from the sport. Because this is not taught, which is shocking. You'll have an athlete that belongs to the sport for 20, 30 years, but has no idea how to make money from it. So they never actually reach a professional status.
Yes.
So that's where we come in. That's where our education comes in, because we're teaching athletes. These are the avenues that you can monetize your talent. These are the people that you can get into contact with. This is how you can build your sports profile. If you're a coach, this is how you can build a high performance program. This is how you can resell it so that people can buy it from you, so that you can make money and earn a living out of the sports.
You said that's basically how Pro Arena Sports was birthed. That was
Yeah.
the birthing of Pro Arena Sports, is through identifying those
That
specific,
gap.
gaps and
Yeah.
problems. And
Yeah.
is that where you found, okay, this is what I need to be doing?
Yeah, because, okay, in my own journey, right? If you look at my sports CV, dude, it's powerful. Like, I mean, I've done the whole World Cup scene, I've done AFCON, I've done university sports, won trophies, Africa University Games, I have a gold medal.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty powerful CV. Plus, I've worked with individual athletes that have traveled to the States, that have traveled to Europe, and actually signed pro contracts. But at the end of it, there's like nothing to show for it. There's nothing tangible about it, you know? And I found that this is not only me that's suffering here, this is a common problem. So when you do more research, you find stats like in the NBA, 60% of their athletes, once they retire, they go broke. That's more than half. Let me give you a more shocking stat. The NFL, 78% of their athletes, after 2 years of retirement, they go broke. So you can now only imagine what's happening in countries and in spaces where we're not earning the money, the 40, 50 mil contracts. Some people never earn money from the sport, yet they dedicate their life to it. So this is the situation that I found myself in, and I thought, no, there's a problem here. But if there's a problem, there must be solutions. So you started, finding the solutions, and the solution comes, and it's common, right? Regardless of the industry that you are in, if you are going to be building a personal brand, you are going to be successful, right? Because your brand, your name carries the value. When you transition from one space to another, it's your name that moves with you. That's your value card. So athletes don't know this. Coaches don't know this. They think by wearing a jersey that represents a team, that gives them credibility. That means nothing, dude.
That just means that you've pitched up for work.
You've pitched up for work, or you've had a training session, or you've had a season, but you're not a pro. You don't know how to earn money from this contract. From this, yeah?
Okay, that is number 19.
Yes, you a number.
Okay, you are a midfielder.
Yeah.
You are this, you are that. And
Yeah.
That's all that I see, unless I know that you have marketed yourself in such a way that your brand is so powerful that I don't just see, okay, fine, Tevin is number 9 and he's a striker.
Yeah.
But he also does A, B, C, D
Yeah.
outside of the so-called workplace.
Yeah, because you find, right, and it's like when you do the research as well, you find that only 10 to 12% of the annual earnings of top class athletes come from sport. Only 10 to 12. I'll give you an example. Virat Kohli is a cricket player. So he's the only cricket player, I think this was in 2021, he was the only cricket player on the Forbes list. The only one, right? Which is, and he's from India, which is not really okay, maybe it is a flashy country, but anyway, that's besides the point. This man earned over 24 million per annum. Of that 24 million, only 10% came from his cricket salary. The rest was the things that he was doing outside. So it makes sense. Yes, he has a personal brand, he has a personal business, he has different things that he's involved in. That's what creates a legacy for him and his family. Yeah, beyond the sport, which I think is important, and people need to realize that. Athletes need to realize it, coaches need to realize it, and sports people need to realize it. Yeah.
But a little birdie
Yeah.
flew by and told me that there's this thing called the Conifa Cup.
Oh yeah.
And I believe this is the big fish.
So it is the big fish, but I think it's big within context,
Okay.
right? So it's great for pairs, right? So we've actually bid to Conifa and we won the bid. We're actually now hosting the Conifa Africa Cup.
Well, what is Conifa?
So that's a great question. So Conifa is a governing body of football. So just like you have FIFA,
Yeah.
you have Conifa. So there are members that belong to FIFA, like SAFA, like CAF. These teams that belong to these streams, they play in FIFA organized competitions. That gives them access to the world, etc., etc. So Conifa is a body like FIFA, which also has a global access, which also runs international tournaments in Europe, in South America, in South Asia. Recently, they've come to Africa. There's over 10 countries already from the Conifa Africa branch that belong to this membership. South Africa, because of Pro Arena Sports, will now be the 11th, which is pretty exciting for us. And what that basically means is we can now compete across the continent.
Yes.
We can now compete across the world because that's our body, that's who we belong to. And why I'm saying within context, it then allows Pro Arena Sports to actually become an FA. And this is something that we've done over the past month or so. We've become a football association, which means we are now collecting athletes. Not collecting, but we want to be servicing athletes. We want to be servicing coaches and giving them an opportunity to represent and compete on a continental stage and on a world stage. That's why this is really big. This is really big.
For me, it's screaming history books.
Yeah.
So when I say history books, in the light of that, what do you think is the first thing that comes to mind when I say it's screaming history books? Is this a historical
Yes.
moment that South Africa could be witnessing?
It's a continental moment. This competition has never been hosted on the continent. It's coming here to us, South Africa, in Pro Arena Sports. So we are the maiden pushers. What is that a word? Is that a word? Maiden.
Yeah, maybe.
Maiden pushers. Yeah. So yeah, it's the maiden tournament. It's the first time it has ever been done. It's the first time it has ever come to the continent, and we are hosting it, which I think is absolutely amazing. Imagine Paz actually wins it. How awesome would that be?
Have you come to the grasp, or have you come to terms that this is real, like it's happening?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it's still very surreal for you that all these things are falling into place
Yeah.
so quickly.
Yeah.
And now the work of, should I say, the fruits of your labor is like paying off slowly but surely
Yeah.
over the years that you put effort, blood, sweat, tears,
Yeah.
sleepless nights into Pro Arena Sports itself. Is it surreal, or has it now finally think that, hey, I'm actually doing something?
Yeah.
Something is working.
So I don't know if it has kicked in yet. Like I haven't really been overly excited about. I'm excited about it, but we're working on it still. So the excitement part maybe will come after. Maybe once the event is done and we lift the championship, then I might be like, yeah. Like now, the focus that we have is just get this thing done. Make sure that we are ticking all the boxes. Make sure that we are involving the right people. Make sure that we are collabing, make sure that we are speaking about it, make sure that we are doing whatever we need to do in order for this event to be a real success. Because I think it would be a bit of a shame if it's a misfire, you know. But yeah, we're confident about it. We're working on it every single day. So yeah.
That you want to do it justice.
Yes.
You want to do what the brand and what it stands for justice at the end of the day. That hey, listen, we are fully capable of.
Yes.
And we will.
Yes.
We will execute and we will provide.
Yes, exactly that. So it's also an opportunity for us to like showcase what we have in our locker, you know. So if you look at it, the network that we've been building, now it's time for us to lean on that network, whether it be journalists, whether it be industry experts, people in different spaces, sports scientists, coaches. Like, let's get them now here on the couch. We should have them on the couch and be speaking to them. So yeah, that's really what it's about. We want to make our mark with this. We've already made global news, which is pretty cool. They've done a write-up about us. We're now going to be meeting the 4 FAs that are actually coming down. That's pretty exciting as well. The countries that we're looking at right now that have confirmed their participation is Cameroon. I think it's Biafra. Is it Biafra? Yeah, Cameroon, Biafra, it's Matabele Land, and then Pro Arena Sports. So why this is actually pretty phenomenal is because we get to bring light to these nations, but we also get to bring light to whoever we want to partner with.
Yes.
So right now we've partnered with an area called Paris. Small town, but has a lot of character. So when the World Cup comes, they're not going to Paris. They're going to Sandton, you know? And everyone knows about Sandton, but no one knows about Roodepoort. No one knows that there's a world-class stadium in Paris. So we actually get to bring light to these places now. We get to connect these mayors with mayors in Europe. And now there's so much opportunity and so much possibility that can come from this.
Because but places like that, there's always been in the shadows.
Yes.
Constantly, but what lurks beneath is always, like you say, is world-class behavior,
Yes.
places,
Yes.
people that reside in those types of places.
Yes.
The light has always been shed on the most cliche of cities and places where it's like, okay, no, we're going to go there because everyone speaks about something.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks about this place and that place, so
Yeah.
we're just going to go there because it's been a raffle about talk.
Yeah.
But like you say, in the light of that being happening, you can then shed light on places like Paris.
Yeah.
Then some shining,
Yeah.
some spotlight,
Like-
well-deserved spotlight.
Well deserved. Like, showcase what the city holds. Like the Val Dam is there. There's actually accommodation that's literally on the riverbed. It's amazing. You open the door and there's a river running in front of you. Like that. Exactly. No one knows about this. So we get to do that. This is something that we are also very passionate about. It's the marketing and promoting. So we want to push places forward. We want to push businesses forward. We want to push people forward. Very important. That's really what we are about, and that's why the Conifa is such a big win for us.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So in that light,
Yeah.
of services being rendered, given, provided,
Yeah.
what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear barter?
Sure.
You hear the word barter. What pops up?
Barter smarter. I mean, the idea for me to barter, we actually oh my gosh, I have to say this song, it's going to be on camera, right? We successfully bartered this past weekend. So we needed something that would have cost us 1,250 Rand, right?
Yes.
We were able to barter our tickets to get the value or to get the product that we actually needed. So there was no exchange of money, but there was exchange of products or services, something else. We bartered.
So it works.
It works. And when I was telling, so the lady's name is Mam Leila, so she's on the sponsorship team. When I was telling her, why can't we barter this? She's like, what? People want money. I'm like, no. Let me show you how this is done. And we had the conversation with the business owner, and he was like, yeah, let's trade. We'll give you this, you give us that.
What is the one thing outside of work
Yeah.
that you could possibly barter?
Sure. I think personally, I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think you can barter anything as long as it's of equal value.
What's the one thing that you can say, maybe I should, if I sing good,
Yeah.
I'll barter How about for a sandwich or like for a McDonald's? Because I know I would.
Okay. I would barter for a plane ticket. To Italy, Sabonita in about 10 to 15 days. I'd barter for that.
That was hella specific.
Yeah, man. I've been thinking about this for a while. You know?
Because that was very quick, that was specific, the amount of days, where, how.
Well, funny story, right? Barter Smarter approached me, right, with the new campaign that they're going to be launching, and I was asked the same question. And randomly I was like, you know what, I would barter, I want a plane ticket. What can I give so that I can get a plane ticket back? And now it turns out I need a plane ticket, so that barter, I think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
How do you think pro sports can, I know you've mentioned one thing now, but in your own word, like, you know, aside from that,
Yeah.
how can you guys as pro sports leverage the marketplace itself?
Okay.
You know, to your advantage?
Yeah.
How do you think you can use the marketplace itself?
So we have products and services as well. One of our products is the workshop. It's called the High Performance Workshops. Here we're teaching athletes about personal brand building, or coaches as well, brand building. I think the topic is really how to increase your sports value. It's a workshop. We also have a workshop of Be a Pro Coach, how to actually design and build your own high performance program. We have another one of how to maximize your LinkedIn sports profile. So these are services that we offer at a fee. So in terms of, I think this is going to answer your question, we are willing to leverage these workshops to get some sort of value in return. Yeah, I think, does that answer your question?
No, they definitely.
Okay, yeah, cool.
You know, I think, yeah, that's us. I think pro sports is already, I
Yeah.
can't even say it is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
It's already a force,
yeah,
and it's going to be even bigger.
yeah,
But I
man.
wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be big, it's going to be huge.
Yes.
And I just hope that you are mentally, physically, emotionally prepared for that.
I hope so too. I hope so too. But hey, you know, we can always build and we can always grow and learn. So, like, even in this journey so far, we've failed many times, even up to now. But we've constantly got up again.
Yes.
And that gives us like more information that we now have. It's more network that we have. So, yeah, it's a force. And I think the world is going to talk about pro arena sports. If you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. Right? Because the thing about fast as it comes, that's as fast as it will go. But if you want to go far and you want to actually do something meaningful and impact people beyond just yourself, go with other people. You need a team to get anywhere, really. And this is something I wish I learned when I started out. You need a team. So that's my advice. Get a team and you can do whatever you want to do.